discover the intriguing ways that planets like Saturn and Mars bring a comedic twist to the universe. Join us as we take a deep dive into the historical and mythological perspectives of these celestial companions. Grab your brew, relax, and get ready to roll with it. Space, the final frontier of comedy, is a vast and mysterious place, yet it's brimming with endless possibilities for humor. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and pondered its enormity? Not just the meaning of life, but the sheer ridiculous scale of space itself? It's mind-boggling, isn't it? The universe is so vast it makes our everyday problems seem minuscule. Billions of stars, planets with more moons than you can count, and each one has its own quirks and unique characteristics. And let's not forget the cosmic dust. There's enough of it out there to make even the messiest among us blush. Imagine trying to clean that up. Sometimes the best way to understand the universe is to laugh at its absurdity. After all, the universe is a pretty funny place. The more you learn, the more you realize just how bizarre and whimsical it can be, especially when considering the antics of our celestial neighbors, those planetary comedians Saturn and Mars. Saturn, with its flashy rings, is always showing off, while Mars, the red planet, stirs up trouble with its dust storms. And who knows what kind of cosmic comedy is unfolding on planets we haven't even discovered yet. Imagine a cosmic buddy comedy where Saturn and Mars are the stars. Saturn, the flamboyant showman, is all decked out and forever hogging the cosmic spotlight. Meanwhile, Mars, the little red planet, tries to live up to its reputation as the bringer of war. Together, they've inspired awe, fear, and more than a few chuckles from us Earthlings for millennia. Saturn is the celestial equivalent of that friend who walks into a room and instantly becomes the center of attention. It's like Saturn went to a cosmic costume party and decided to show up as a giant disco ball. The ancient Romans saw Saturn as more than just a show-off. He was the god of agriculture, time, and even liberation. With such a dazzling display, it's no wonder people imagined he had a cool, chill vibe. Saturn's rings are captivating, making it the ringmaster of our solar system. Then there's Mars, often overlooked, but never forgotten. This red planet has fascinated scientists, writers, and dreamers for centuries. Though smaller than Earth and lacking a breathable atmosphere, Mars has captivated human imagination. With each mission, we uncover more secrets, from geological features to signs of ancient water. For centuries, humans gazed through telescopes, convinced Martian armies roamed its dusty plains. So far, no Martians, but the search for even microbial life continues, keeping the mystery alive. Historically, planets like Saturn and Mars weren't just celestial bodies. They were powerful symbols that influenced cultures and mythologies worldwide. Ancient civilizations saw gods in the stars. Romans named Saturn after their god of wealth and agriculture, while Mars, associated with their god of war, became a symbol of strength and conflict. Each culture wove its own stories into the stars, from Egyptian tales to Chinese legends, each adding unique twists. These days, Saturn and Mars remain captivating. Rovers trundle across Mars, searching for signs of past life, while scientists study Saturn's rings, seeking to unravel their mysteries. These planets have journeyed from deities to objects of scientific inquiry, becoming part of our collective consciousness. Next time you gaze up at the night sky, appreciate the cosmic comedy. Saturn, the ringed showman, and Mars, the little red planet with big dreams, remind us of the universe's vast, strange, and often hilarious nature. Somewhere, on a distant planet orbiting a distant star, someone may be looking back at us, chuckling at the antics of that pale blue we call home. Back to you, Ryan. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember to help the channel grow, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, stay safe, much love. As the story unfolds, we dive deeper into the personalities of our celestial duo, Saturn and Mars, who seem to have their own distinct roles in the universe's grand comedy. Imagine them as cosmic characters, floating through the solar system with quirks and personalities that would rival any sitcom cast. Let's get a closer look at how these two planets might interact if they had their own consciousness, their own style, and their own thoughts on life in the universe. Saturn is the quintessential showman. Picture him strutting along the solar system runway with his dazzling rings, fashioned out of ice and rock, each fragment reflecting light like a carefully chosen accessory. It's not just a look, it's a lifestyle. Saturn knows he's got the bling, and he's not afraid to flaunt it. Other planets may have moons, but Saturn's rings are iconic, like the shimmering costumes of an intergalactic performer. Mars, in contrast, is a bit more grounded, or as grounded as one can be floating in space. The red planet has a gritty, raw vibe, like that friend who shows up with a bit of dust still clinging to their clothes. Mars has a story of resilience, having weathered countless storms, dust storms, to be precise. Imagine Mars with a worn, rugged look, a veteran of countless battles, not just of war but of survival. Where Saturn is flashy, Mars is gritty, a fighter with a heart and a sense of determination that runs deep. Their relationship might feel like an odd couple pairing in a classic sitcom. Saturn is always quick with a joke, the flashy one, and Mars has that dry sense of humor, the kind you develop after surviving eons of meteor impacts and relentless cosmic storms. They banter across the vastness of space, each understanding the other's place in the universe, each recognizing the absurdity of it all. Saturn teases Mars about the lack of an atmosphere. Mars shoots back a remark about Saturn's rings being extra. But at the end of the day, there's a mutual respect. They're the only two who understand what it's like to be in their position. A strange combination of myth and science, history and mystery. As they orbit, both planets occasionally reflect on the human fascination with them. Saturn remembers the ancient Romans who saw him as the god of agriculture and time, a powerful figure with control over life cycles and growth. He's amused that such serious responsibilities were once assigned to him, given his flashy exterior. Agriculture and time? He imagines himself with a scythe and a pocket watch, a far cry from his ice-ringed, show-stopping self. Yet there's a part of him that takes pride in the role, knowing that he was once seen as the bringer of abundance and a keeper of order. Mars, meanwhile, has his own legacy to bear. Named after the god of war, he's forever tied to the concept of conflict and strength. But in his quieter moments, Mars wonders if humans see more in him than his warlike reputation. After all, he's much more than a symbol of battle. He's a planet with ancient river valleys, towering volcanoes, and secrets buried deep beneath his rusty red surface. Mars, though tough, also yearns to be known for his quieter mysteries, for the possibility of life, for his ancient lakes and riverbeds that might once have harbored life. He's a bit envious of Earth, who's bursting with life, green and blue, vibrant with oceans and forests. Mars, by contrast, has always felt a bit like the barren cousin, but he holds on to hope, knowing that humans have always had a fascination with him, wondering if they might one day walk on his surface. Their stories weave together as the two planets watch Earth, that curious pale blue that seems to be endlessly fascinated by them both. Humans have looked up at Mars and Saturn for centuries, creating stories and myths, spinning legends around them like a cosmic web. Mars recalls the ancient Greeks who associated him with Ares, the fierce god of war, and the countless stories of warriors invoking his name in battle. Saturn remembers the Greeks who called him Kronos, god of time, a figure both feared and revered. Yet in recent years, things have changed. They've both become more than myths, they're now destinations. Humans have sent probes and rovers to Mars, each mission inching closer to the day when people might actually set foot on his surface. Mars feels a sense of pride each time a new rover arrives, like a long-anticipated guest finally showing up. He's eager to show them his valleys, his mountains, the traces of ancient water that hint at a mysterious past. He jokes with Saturn about finally getting the attention he deserves, though Saturn assures him, in a friendly teasing way, that it's only because Mars is close enough to visit. Saturn, meanwhile, is less visited but still admired. Humans marvel at his rings, studying their intricate patterns, each small piece of ice and rock a part of his larger allure. Saturn loves the attention, even if it's from afar. He enjoys the poetic notion of being admired from a distance, a cosmic enigma forever out of reach. And as telescopes become more powerful, humans see him with more clarity, discovering new details about his rings, his moons, each revelation adding to his mystique. But Mars and Saturn know they're only part of a much bigger story. They are two characters in a cosmic play filled with other fascinating worlds. Jupiter, with his many moons and powerful storms, is the loud, overbearing character who takes up all the space he can. Venus, with her thick atmosphere and intense heat, is mysterious and hard to understand, distant yet strangely captivating. The two planets occasionally joke about Jupiter's endless storms or Venus's secretive nature, sharing laughs over the idiosyncrasies of their solar system family. Yet, as different as they all are, they share a common bond. They know they're each part of the same cosmic stage, each playing a role in the greater mystery of the universe. Saturn and Mars may banter and joke, but they both recognize the beauty of their place in the cosmos. They know that humans will keep looking up, keep wondering, keep laughing at the absurdity of it all. One night, as they continue their endless journey around the sun, Saturn and Mars pause to admire Earth. They can see lights flickering on the continents below, signs of life and civilization. They wonder what humans are thinking as they gaze up at the sky. Do they see Saturn's rings and marvel at the beauty of the cosmos? Do they look at Mars with curiosity, dreaming of exploration? Saturn jokes that one day, Earth might finally get over its fascination with him, but Mars laughs, saying, "Not likely." In the vastness of space, amidst all the galaxies and stars, Mars and Saturn remain a team. Two cosmic comedians in a universe that doesn't always make sense but is always captivating. They'll continue their dance, forever circling the sun, forever admired, forever a source of wonder, mystery, and a bit of humor. They are reminders that the universe, despite its enormity, is also a place of endless imagination. A cosmic comedy where every planet, every star, has a role, and we, as spectators, get to enjoy the show.